Beloved seekers, please listen closely. Your presence here at this specific second, encountering these exact syllables, is no mere accident of fate. A higher intelligence steered you. A magnetic pull drew you in. Even if you don't sense it yet, this is a profound omen, a warning that a massive spiritual transition is surfacing within your reality. As we approach the rare celestial convergence arriving this December, many observers feel the cosmos is preparing to unveil a magnificent secret. Visionaries, star readers, and the legendary Baba Vanga's insights all converge on a single truth. Only souls possessing a sharpened internal perception, those resonant with the spirit and vibrationally prepared, will identify the numerical sequences intended for them. These digits aren't ordinary arithmetic. They function as gateways, harmonic frequencies possessing the capacity to remodel your path, draw prosperity, clear blocked roads, and release long-delayed miracles. Now breathe and contemplate this. Fortune isn't a chaotic event that strikes a random soul by luck. Fortune is a dialect, a hushed cosmic vocabulary expressed through icons, recurring cycles, coincidences, and digits, visible solely to those with the vision to see. And the individuals who see, they are not common, they are synchronized, they are directed, they are chosen. In this presentation, we shall dive into that enigma on a much more profound scale. We shall disclose the 6 digits suspected of harboring the most potent link to plenty, success, and universal harmony during this influential window. You won't just discover what these digits are, you will understand the reason for their appearance and how identifying them could radically alter your experience of fortune, gut feeling, and destiny. If you remain until the final seconds, you shall obtain a concluding gift number, a remarkably scarce resonance said to manifest only for those who are entirely prepared to accept what the universe has stored in its vault for them. So if your gut feels sharp right now, if your spirit feels a tug you cannot describe, if a voice within you murmurs, "This announcement is for me," then honor that sensation. You stand upon the brink of synchronization, not merely with physical riches, but with transparency, intent, and metaphysical growth. Before we proceed, halt for a brief breath, anchor your spirit. If you are truly prepared to welcome plenty, scribe in the feedback section, "I am ready to receive abundance." Remember to support this broadcast and join Mystic Philosophy so the cosmos persists in steering you toward your ultimate destination. Now we start. Number 6. The hushed resonance of authentic success. Chosen seekers, halt for a second and inhale. Before this current cycle arrived, existence perhaps felt shaky, as if you were navigating through turbulent gusts with no firm earth beneath your feet. Strategies you relied on shifted, hopes crumbled, feelings flared and dissolved without caution. Perhaps there were evenings you wondered, why does everything feel so volatile? But now a different energy is surfacing. The coming era doesn't arrive with clatter or turmoil. It dawns gently like a daybreak that manifests gradually, without tension yet with undeniable splendor. And woven into this fresh vibration is the frequency of the digit 6. 6 is not the emblem of sudden windfalls or flashy wonders. It isn't the digit that sprints toward you with ferocity. Rather, it is tranquil, firm, and purposeful. In ancient wisdom and old numerology, the digit 6 denotes equilibrium, internal harmony, heartfelt serenity, and development that persists. While many hunt rapid gains, praying for shortcuts or sparkling jumps, the chosen seekers grasp something deeper. Authentic success is never hurried. True prosperity is grown, not grabbed. 6 is the hushed architect, the bedrock builder, the stabilizing resonance that transforms disorder into transparency and visions into tangible truth. Its message is basic but potent. Decelerate to gain power. After seasons or even years of heartfelt gales and erratic shifts, 6 arrives as a signpost that your internal landscape signifies as much as your external targets. Your wellness, your bonds, your sanctuary, your cognitive stillness. These are not diversions, they are hallowed pillars of plenty. because riches without stillness is merely static. Success without internal anchoring becomes a weight. But when success sprouts from equilibrium, endurance, and intent, it becomes a state you can inhabit with quiet poise. So if the digit 6 starts surfacing around you in digital clocks, paper receipts, sums, locations, or even recurring cycles, do not disregard it. It isn't a fluke. It is a breath, a poke, a soft cue for the chosen seekers. Are you constructing your existence from stress or from stillness? Are your targets synchronized with your spirit or with anxiety? 6 teaches that success isn't gauged by how quickly you finish, but by how intensely you feel synchronized with what you are generating. And this is merely the start. Stay with me, because the subsequent digit carries a much more vigorous resonance, one that doesn't merely construct fortune, but multiplies it. A frequency that triggers metamorphosis, drive, and sacred scheduling. When merged with mindfulness, thanks, and readiness, your path is manifesting exactly as it must. Let us proceed. Number 21, the concealed portal of metamorphosis. Chosen seekers, take a second and perceive this. Somewhere deep within, you already grasp you are shifting. You might not witness the final outcome yet, but you can feel that something in your narrative is altering quietly, firmly, surely. Most people anticipate triumph to land like lightning, loud, blatant, impossible to overlook. They await a theatrical bulletin, a sudden opening, or a freak accident of fate. But those who are spiritually resonant, those walking a track of mindfulness, learn a deeper fact. Authentic metamorphosis rarely lands with noise. It surfaces in breaths. It displays itself through faint omens, tiny preferences, soft realizations, gut thoughts, recurring digits, flashes of transparency that feel oddly significant. And among those faint omens, one digit carries a vigorous announcement for the chosen seekers. 21. 21 doesn't sprint toward you with desperation. It doesn't claim your focus. Rather, it waits calmly, surfacing in the backdrop of daily existence on bills, watches, calendars, or odd spots you never considered twice. But when it recurs, when it comes back frequently enough that you perceive it, that is when the announcement becomes transparent. Your grit is being noticed. Your endurance is blossoming into advancement. Your jump is nearing. In spiritual traditions, nothing occurs without intent. Every cycle, every recurrence, every omen is part of a grander synchronization, a pulse between your internal development and your external reality. 21 denotes the hallowed transition stage, not where the path starts and not where it concludes, but the pulse where hidden toil starts turning into palpable outcomes. Think of the blossom. For the longest duration, its development is masked beneath the clay, unseen, unhonored, misunderstood. But once the scheduling aligns, it ascends effortlessly from the silt, untouched by gloom, crowned by the radiance. That is the resonance of 21. The imagery within the digit is vigorous. 2 denotes equilibrium, concord, endurance, and the balanced path. The cue that extremes do not produce stillness, but synchronization does. 1 denotes bravery, self-trust, and forward drive. The desire to take the subsequent step even when the result is not entirely visible. Together, they construct an announcement. Equilibrium plus effort equals metamorphosis. So, if the digit 21 keeps surfacing in your existence, you are not imagining it. It is an omen of synchronization, a proof that the routines you have been constructing, the control you have kept, and the visions you have hushedly guarded are finally hitting the resonance of your fate. This is not a fluke. This is scheduling. Sacred scheduling. You are not awaiting your jump. You are walking toward it. If this digit vibrates with you, then scribe below, I am synchronized with metamorphosis. And if you feel prompted, support these insights so more waking spirits can identify the omens intended for them. We are not finished yet, and the subsequent digit carries a much more vigorous resonance for fortune. synchronization, and spiritual dawning. Stay with me. Number 14. The hushed planner of fate. Chosen seekers, halt for a second and breathe into this fact. In a society that praises velocity, noise, and instant results, it is simple to feel stressed, as if triumph must occur quickly or it isn't authentic. Everywhere you gaze, individuals are sprinting, chasing fleeting gains, measuring their lives against others, expecting metamorphosis to surface by morning. But those who are truly synchronized, those walking a track of mindfulness and internal refinement, grasp something deeper. Authentic metamorphosis rarely lands loudly. It sprouts hushedly like a pit beneath the mud, bracing long before anyone witnesses the petal. And that hushed, firm, inevitable resonance is carried by the frequency of the digit 14. 14 does not claim focus. It doesn't hurry or drown you. Rather, it functions in the backdrop, steering your strides, bracing your control, synchronizing your track, even when you don't entirely perceive it occurring. Sometimes you might feel this resonance as gut feeling, a faint sensation that alteration is nearing. Other times, you will see it surface in the minor spots. A clock count, a cost sum, a text tally, or a digit that keeps returning to your sight. When this occurs, it is not a fluke, it is proof. An announcement from the cosmos saying, stay firm. You are being molded for something enduring. The vigor of 14 resides in the ideal equilibrium of the digits within it. One brings the spark, the start, the bravery, the vision to step ahead even if you lack all the conclusions yet. 4 brings anchoring, control, framework, endurance, and the capacity to keep constructing even when advancement feels sluggish or masked. Together they generate the resonance of balanced growth, development that is vital, firm, and intended to endure. From a mindful perspective, this digit mirrors conscious advancement. The master taught that authentic evolution isn't about how quickly you stir, but how mindful you are with every stride. Triumph without mindfulness leads to void, but triumph constructed with focus becomes sapience. 14 prompts you to stir ahead but softly, to construct but with intent, to sprout not for praise but for synchronization. So if 14 persists in surfacing in your path, identify it as a hallowed omen. It is telling you your development might be hushed, but it is authentic. Your track might feel sluggish, but it is manifesting flawlessly. You are not lagging, you are becoming. Trust the scheduling, trust the cycle, trust yourself. Your fate is being molded, not hurried. And as long as you persist in walking with mindfulness, endurance, and internal synchronization, what you are constructing will not only thrive, it will persist. Stay with me because the subsequent digit holds a resonance that doesn't merely construct fate, it quickens it. Number 8. The one who constructs what others can only envision. Have you ever felt like you were stirring slower than everyone else? Like while others were racing ahead, you were taking your duration, constructing bit by bit, and yet somewhere deep inside, you grasped you weren't lagging. You were being readied. That is the resonance of the chosen seekers synchronized with the digit 8. Individuals steered by this frequency are not here to chase disorder, praise, or rapid triumph. They are built differently. While others crash trying to stay current with fads, the 8 walks with endurance, calm, firm, anchored. They aren't loud and they do not require to be. Their aura says enough because deep inside they already grasp what is intended for them will land. Not hurried, not pushed, but flawlessly scheduled. Digit 8 is the frequency of those who construct hushedly but rise undeniably. They do not react with heart to every hurdle. They modify, they learn, they persist. While others get weary and stop, the 8 keeps stirring, not out of panic, but out of internal certainty. Ancient insights call this intent in motion, the grasp that every purposeful move plants a pit that will come back increased. That is why 8s do not skip steps. They do not require shortcuts. They are not merely seeking triumph. They are constructing a base sturdy enough to endure beyond them, Gaze at the contour of the digit, two balanced circles endlessly stirring, endlessly returning. Flip it horizontally and it becomes the infinite icon. A cue that existence isn't merely about taking, but about donating, accepting, altering, and evolving. Chosen seekers link to this digit grasp that success is not a sprint. It is synchronization. It is when your control hits your intent, when your resonance matches your fate, when your moves mirror who you truly are, not who the society stresses you to be. And here is the fact most individuals overlook. Authentic fortune isn't loud. It is serene, it is firm, it is deserved. So if you keep witnessing the digit 8 on bills, watches, icons, or odd spots, halt for a pulse. It is not a fluke. Query yourself, am I constructing from anxiety or from faith? Am I acting to validate myself, or because I already grasp my value? Am I hurrying or allowing things to manifest the way they are intended? Because when your internal landscape becomes synchronized, the resonance of 8 triggers, gates swing open, openings stir, existence shifts, not because you pushed it, but because you became prepared for what was already yours. And if this announcement feels like it was intended for you, then you already grasp you are not here merely to get by. You are here to construct something firm. If this vibrates, contemplate supporting this path. In old sapience, giving isn't merely donating, it is an energetic trade. What you dispatch with truth returns in paths you never anticipate. Your aid isn't merely a sign, it is a signal to the cosmos that you are prepared to accept. Number 27, the hushed proof for the ones who are evolving. Have you ever identified a digit that doesn't yell for your focus, but somehow keeps surfacing around you? Not loud enough to startle you, but steady enough to make you halt. Maybe it displays as 27% power, 27 alerts, or a $27 bill. Initially, you might overlook it, but after witnessing it repeatedly, something inside you starts to query, why does this keep displaying? That faint wonder is the resonance of 27. It doesn't hunt you. It awaits for you to become mindful, because this digit isn't for the distracted. It is a omen for those who are hushedly waking, slowly sprouting, and beginning to attend to the deeper currents of existence. 27 often displays during pulses of doubt, the middle zones of existence, when your heart desires one thing, your logic debates another, and your gut feeling breathes softly beneath it all. This digit doesn't land with stress, it lands with comfort. Its vigor resides in its framework. The digit 2 denotes care, heartfelt depth, bond, and the spirit's sapience. The digit 7 denotes gut feeling, spiritual development, internal knowing, and loftier grasp. Together they construct a resonance of synchronization, the ideal equilibrium between heart and logic, between the physical realm and the spiritual one. In ancient insights, authentic advancement doesn't land from hurrying or chasing, it lands from synchronization. A life constructed from stress might look successful, but a life constructed from synchronization feels serene and vital. 27 is a cue that you do not require to hurry your evolution. You are already stirring ahead. Even if advancement isn't loud or blatant, your internal realm and external realm are beginning to match slowly, hushedly, and naturally. This digit is not an emblem of instant luck or sudden fortune. It is an emblem of heartfelt growth, spiritual clarity, internal serenity, and realignment. So the subsequent time you witness 27, don't merely identify it, honor it. Something inside you is altering. Something in your resonance is opening. Something in your existence is synchronizing. This digit doesn't display to those who are stray. It displays to those who are becoming. And if you felt like this announcement was lecturing specifically to you, it is because it was. Bonus digit 33, the breath that steers your track. You have waited, you have attended, and now we land at the digit many individuals hushedly hope to hear. the expert digit 33. Unlike the others, this one doesn't sprint in with ferocity, stress, or demand. It lands softly, it stirs hushedly, it lectures not to your logic, but to something deeper, your gut feeling. You might have already perceived its aura. 33% power, a bill total of 33. A random clock count that reads 333, and every time you witness it, something inside you halts, not because you grasp it, but because you can perceive it. This digit doesn't display by chance, it displays when your spirit is prepared to focus. 33 is not the resonance of common luck. It isn't intended to thrill your ego or vow rapid gains. Rather, it steers you, it realigns you, it diverts you back to your deeper intent. While the society pushes you to stir quicker, attempt harder, and measure your path against others, this digit softly prompts you to return to your core, to what actually signifies, to the fact beneath the static. In numerology, 33% is termed an expert instructor digit. And like any authentic instructor, it doesn't yell, it sparks. It denotes heartfelt growth, mercy, dawning, and a kind of internal guidance that doesn't hunt focus. Don't chase the light, become the light. Individuals brushed by this digit don't hunger for the limelight. They become the radiance. Their power isn't loud, it is firm. Their effect isn't pushed, it is perceived. The resonance of the twin 3 boosts vision, gut feeling, and voice. But at this tier, it evolves. It no longer queries, what can I generate? Rather, it queries, what am I here to wake in myself and others? This digit displays when your existence is shifting from survival to intent, from disorder to transparency, from reaction to purpose. In spiritual grasp, the digit 33 is intensely symbolic, a cue that masked steering encompasses you, not ruling you, not directing every stride, but nudging, aiding, and helping you return to the fact when your spirit wanders. So the subsequent time you witness 33 on a watch, an icon, a text, or even in a vision, halt, inhale, let it settle in, because that pulse isn't random, it is a cue. Stay synchronized, stay awake, stay loyal to why you are here. If this digit has been displaying in your existence lately and your heart felt identified while attending, then scribe in the feedback, I follow the silent path of purpose. And before you depart, remember these digits aren't merely cycles, they are mirrors, carriers, and spiritual omens, steering you towards serenity, transparency, and internal plenty. Make certain you like this broadcast and stay with Winds of Thought for more wisdom.